Hey guys, welcome to tgrsupply.com, our YouTube channel. We have some questions here specifically targeting the atomizers and the materials atomizers. Dan's got a lot of curiosity, and I figure I record this so to share this same knowledge with you all that you might be asking yourself or trying to search on the internet. Okay, so Dan, go ahead. What was your first question?
What are the different temperatures from e-liquid juice like Nick juice to oil in a vaporizer? Do they burn at different degrees?
So vape, I'm gonna classify vape for you. Okay, vaping is gonna depend on the temperature and the elements that it's touching. Okay, meaning the heat touching the element. Now here it goes. There's gonna be 428. Let's go backwards here. 428, 600 and above. Now, vape operates at 428 and below. Combustion happens at 600 and above. So vape juice, now, and add a vaporizer is all going to heat up the same way. It depends what element is touching it now. Let's say this is an atomizer, traditional atomizer. There's like a metal wire that comes up and spirals. Okay, this metal heats up to about 1,000 degrees and more plus. Okay, 1,000 degrees and more. Now, if this touches plant matter, dry herbs, plant base, leaf, the leaf, what do you think will happen to the leaf if it touches this 1,000 degrees?
Start smoking.
It will smoke. That's called combustion. But if you take the same technology of the metal wire, I call this like the light bulb. That's the light bulb atomizer. It's the same technology. Power runs through a light bulb, the coil gets red hot. That's how it becomes light. Same thing with atomizer. Same thing with the heater of the vapes. It's all using the same technology where the coil turns red hot. Now, let's just say a vaporizer for oils now. For e-juice and oil. Oils, if you put the coil, let's draw another coil, okay, but you close it off and seal it with what we call a ceramic layer. Now, when the leaf is up here, guess what? There's not direct contact anymore. The ceramic is acting like a pan over a stove. So let's pretend this is a stove, this is fire here. This is a stove. You have a pan right here. The pan, this fire is acting like the coil, right? See that? It's not directly touching the food in here. If it touches the food directly, what happens? It turns charcoal, turns black, right? Mm-hmm. Are you following me so far?
Yeah, so the pan, is that for the oil or the dry herb?
The pan is what is enclosing the atomizer in the tank.
Right.
So every atomizer is gonna have this. Understand that first. Now, people could say, hey, this is a 0 cartridge tank. What does that mean? That means the way they built this tank is they put the burner underneath here, they sealed it with ceramic, and then you have a tank up here that you can put oils in. So it's like burning corn oil or canola oil or olive oil in a pan. Do you see what I'm saying so far?
Yeah, so that's not for dry plant. The pan where it's sealed off.
Now you can. This is, now if you put a dry leaf on top of here, it won't combust it.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's no direct heat.
So it vaporizes it.
It vaporizes it. As long as the leaf is in here and it operates, if this doesn't heat up past 400 or 500 degrees, this will become steam. Steam is vapor, right? Steam is the vapor now. But once it passes 600, this gets hot enough to burn the elements. Once it burns the element, now that's smoke. Smoke is denser, it lingers, it odors.
Tar.
Right? Huh?
Tar,
all that. Once you get to a combustion point and above, the heat up here will start burning everything else. So the difference between vape and smoke is 428 and below, that's vape. Smoke is 600 and above. In the atomizer, that's why you guys all might see a coil that looks like this, and then it has cottons. The cotton wicks, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, in my vape.
In your vape. Or you can see an atomizer that looks shaped like this kind of, and then it has cottons all around it.
There's
right?
little slits in it.
And then it's got a coil that goes inside. Do you see what I'm saying so far? The coil is always, there's always a coil somewhere. It's either in the center of an atomizer, it's either exposed, and then you have the cottons up here, or it's exposed with a glass quartz piece, right? That looks like this. Show them this. Let me go back. Let's go back here. Go back again. Go back again. Here we go. Do you see that? Zoom in on that. So this glass and then the wire is heating up your oils and elements. The glass has nothing to do with it.
Okay, so the 600, explain it again, the 428 and 600 and 4, what's 428 do?
Gotcha. All right, come on over here. The reason why I say 428 is because on the standard atomizer, the dry herb convection atomizer, the digital screen will show 428 is the max it goes up to. And your dry herbs, okay, let's just say this is a vaporizer, the top half of the vaporizer, okay? It goes down like this. There's a chamber right here. The element is heated from down here, but the chamber, the oven we call it, is where we put the plant matter. So the heat runs just hot enough through the mouthpiece here, 428 degrees tops in this chamber, to become vapor. It's just hot enough to atomize the elements on the plant matter to atomize and to become
the crystals, right?
The little crystals, right? The little pollens, we call it. It atomizes the pollen off the leaf. Let's draw it out. This is the leaf here. There's millions and hundreds of thousands of pollens. When the heat runs through this leaf, the goal and the purpose of vaporizing is so that we don't burn this leaf. It just heats it up enough to pull the pollens off, which is getting what you want and not the leaf, because the leaf has no psychedelic effect. It's the pollen. Those pollens are the CBD and CBNs and CBKs and CBGs and CB whatever, all the CBD cannabinoids. Here's a better analogy. Vaping dry plant matters is like a toaster. What does a toaster have? Red coils, right? It heats up. When you press down, you can see all the red lines heating up. Those red lines are the same as the atomizers, these atomizers.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, hold on a second. So when you're done with the toaster and the house smells great, what color is the bread?
It's like, if you do it correctly, it's like a light brown.
It's like a light brown, right? But what happens when it's burnt and the house smells like what?
Smoke.
And what color is the bread now?
Black.
The black means you went through combustion. The brown means you just vaped it. You toasted it just hot enough. You didn't burn the element. You didn't burn the plant matter. You didn't burn the elements at all. Does it make sense?
It makes sense. My question is, what's the difference between my Nick vape
Got it.
and an oil rig?
Perfect. Now, we said earlier that everything is an atomizer. It now depends on which element is touching it. Is it plant? Is it